Question to you guys. When police came in and processed your home, did they look with, for instance, luminol? Did they check? What did they do when they searched your home?
They thoroughly searched my home with many different things. They removed some things for the dogs to hold the scent, and for Sebastian's DNA. I know that they used thermal
Night
night
imagery.
vision, thank you. And I don't know exactly all of the tools that they use, but I do know that multiple different searches were done on my home by many different people, detectives, sheriffs, and a few others.
Yeah,
Even
I'm
the
not gonna.
dogs.
I wouldn't swear that the forensics folks showed up or not, because there were so many folks in and out of the house that it was
Every
just,
time,
"Hi, I'm so and so with law enforcement. I'm so and so with law enforcement." Okay.
every time they've said we need to look, or please do.
Does Sebastian have a hardwood floor or a carpeted floor?
In his bedroom,
Carpet.
carpet.
Yes. Carpeting.
Carpet.
Did they remove any carpeting?
No,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Do you feel confident they searched his bathroom?
They did.
Yes, ma'am. They did.
When you state that they removed items for the scent dogs, what did they take?
Clothing, a blanket that he used like every day, and a few other items of his, toiletries, like his brush.
Huge in a case
Yeah.
like this. So most of your work, your critical work, needs to be done early on, and then you go from there.
Right. Now, I wonder, so when you get a report of a missing, let's say a teenager, okay? And the parent says they've left, they've ran away or wandered off, whatever. Okay. Now, is the scene treated the same with a runaway, reported runaway, as it would be an abduction?
Not necessarily, but some of the things are the same. Yes, you still, because they're telling you that they've run away, but as a police officer, you don't know that that's the truth.
Right.
So you still have to do your due diligence and treat it like it may potentially not be a runaway. There may be something else going on here until you know there isn't something else. So yeah, there are a few differences, but if I were to investigate cases like that, when I did investigate cases like that, I would do the due diligence and treat it as like, okay, they're saying that he ran away. That's entirely possible. We'll look into that piece, but you still gotta do the job like it's maybe something further too.
Right. See, that's what I was kind of wondering if, and obviously I don't know what they did, when they first went there, but I wondered if they treated the scenes the same and maybe looked around the house. If you get a report that this kid ran away or walked out the door willingly, whatever, would they, because in an abduction or something like that, you would go around the house and check the house to see if anything looks, suspicious or out of place, like something had happened in there. I wondered if, the police would, if that's what they do, even if you just reported it as a runaway.
Right. I think again, it depends, honestly, and I'm just going to say it like this. I think it depends on the agency. Number one, their level of training. I can tell you that in the Sebastian case, I know that they went to the house, obviously. They did not do any luminol. And for those of you that don't know in chat, that don't know what it is crazy, that don't know what luminol is, it's a substance that you use that will detect the presence of blood that you can't see with the human eye. But once you put the luminol in the area where you believe there's blood, it lights up like unbelievable. They didn't do any of that. And they didn't take any major fingerprints either, if any fingerprints. I know that and I'm not slamming them, they may have had a very good reason in their brain for not doing this. And I think what it was is that they felt like, well, everyone lives at the house anyway. Well, of course, we're going to find their fingerprints here. But the important piece to consider with fingerprints is, yeah, you're going to find Sebastian's fingerprints there, and Chris Proudfoot's and Katie Proudfoot's, but where are you going to find the fingerprints, for example?
Mhm.
What if they printed and they found fingerprints on like his bed rail that were long, elongated prints, like he had been struggling to grab
Like
onto something?
swiped off, yeah, pulled off.
Exactly,
Yep.
things like that. I mean, you have to look at all that. And again, it varies from agency to agency. That's the way I would do it if I
Right.
were handling the case. But, some agencies don't do it that way. They may not have the manpower,
Mhm.
whatever reason.